Hi, and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. Stand by for an extended introduction for this video and some news in a minute that I think will make you all very happy. This is a reaction video for the 8th episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer called I, Robot, You, Jane. Last time we saw Buffy and Angel attacked by a trio of vampires called the Three. They both escaped back to Buffy's house, where Angel bunked down for a bit to recover from a wound and to hide from their attackers. As a punishment for their failure, the Three were killed by the Master's underling, Darla. Darla then went to Buffy's house and attacked and drank from her mother. Whilst her mother, Joyce, recovered in hospital, Buffy, Angel and Darla fought it out in the Bronze, where Darla met her end. Oh, and something else happened. Oh yeah, Angel's a vampire. So after the last video, I had loads of good chats with people about it in the comments. Thanks to all those I spoke to. If you haven't joined in, please have a look after the video and let me know what you thought of this episode. You might remember that at the end of the last video I was a bit confused how Angel got that cross burn on his chest. It wasn't completely clear from the episode, although I could guess. After talking to some people and a bit of research, I now know why I was confused. I'm sure most of you know that a remastered 20th anniversary version of Buffy was made. It's hard to believe, but it was completely butchered. The colours were messed up. Apparently you can see the crew in some shots because they made it widescreen, and lots of other mistakes. I've been watching Buffy on Amazon Prime, and this was the only version of the show that was available to me. Now, this is the first issue that I'm aware that I've come across myself. In the original version you can see a cross around Buffy's neck, but it's still quite subtle. In the remastered version, they cropped the picture and cut out the cross altogether. That's why it didn't make sense. So, to resolve this going forward, I will be watching the original DVDs. I know, down at the back. Okay, so, excuse me while I put this down. It's a hefty box. So, if you enjoy my videos, it would be great if you could subscribe to see all the future ones. It really helps my channel more than I can say. And I often forget to say that at the end of each video because I've got a terrible memory. So I've bought this just to remind you during my videos so I can have a drink and it'll be there in front of you. So, this is the first episode that I'll be watching from the DVD. Let's see what happens. There's going to be any relevant trivia that I find over here during the episode, and I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. Someone needs to moisturise.
Ti adoro tutto. Tutto quello
Reminds me of
che
an ex-girlfriend.
desidero, il tuo amore.
Tu hai il mio amore.
Ah, yeah, definitely reminds me of an ex-girlfriend.
E fuori!
Okay, so they're doing some kind of ritual somewhere else. He's just texting. Rather than shouting like that.
Preghiamo che questo libro è mai letto più, che il demonio Moloco è mai lasciato più fuori nel
So they bound him into the book.
Oh, great. A book. Xander, you want to stay and help me?
Are you kidding? Willow, I love you, but bye.
Show solidarity there, Xander.
I'll be back in the Middle Ages.
Did you ever leave?
Good line. So they said, pray this book is never read. So she doesn't know the language or the words. So if she scanned it into the computer, ghost in the machine. Surprised that's worked. I would have thought you'd have to say the words. I thought the words would have meaning. Just scanning them, I wouldn't have thought would be enough. Obviously it is. Back in the 1400s, they obviously didn't think about how computers would affect things. Very short-sighted. Bet they wish they bought shares in Apple back then. They'd be making a fortune by now.
I was talking. Talking to...
A demon.
Okay, that's it. You have a secret and that is not allowed. Does he go here? What's his name? Have you kissed him? What's he like? No, Malcolm, no, and very nice.
Malcolm.
You are a thing of evil for not
Moloch.
telling me this right away. He's so smart, Buffy, and he's romantic, and we agree about everything.
Yeah, I bet he does.
What's he look like? I don't know.
Okay. So they're chatting online.
Yes, I will, I promise.
I think he might be
So
too
you've
timing.
been seeing a guy and you
Willow.
don't know what he looks like. Okay, this is a puzzle. No, wait, I'm good at these. Does it involve a midget and a block of ice?
This is probably quite ahead of its time, actually, as a storyline. Okay, so he's turned them into his minions, and not the nice banana kind.
Oh, this guy could be anybody. He could be weird or crazy or old.
And let's face it, from their experience, it's probably not going to be good, is it?
If I was, you'd be saying, this just isn't like you. Not like me to have a boyfriend?
So is she affected because she does like him, or is he actually affecting her and influencing her?
Big deal if I blow off a couple classes. I thought you said you overslept.
I'm gonna say
Malcolm said you wouldn't understand.
she's been affected by him. That's not
Malcolm
like
was right.
her.
Well, you're a computer geek. Genius. And I see a technical problem.
My background's IT. I'm happy to be a geek. I embrace the term. Surprised they're allowed to wear earrings. Schools in the UK, you got dress codes. Well, boys certainly never. Girls, I think maybe allowed one. Wouldn't be allowed multiple like that. You're gonna tail Dave. You haven't got a car. How are you gonna follow him when he's in the car? How does she follow him?
She's too close. What do I do?
So is Malcolm in all the systems and feeding that information to him?
Buffy just makes trouble. That's why she got kicked out of her old school.
How do you know?
How did you know that?
It's on her permanent record.
Yeah, record. So she seems to be compos mentis. She's got control of her faculties.
I mean, you think that knowledge should be kept in these carefully guarded repositories where only a handful
obviously
of white
fancy
guys
each
can get
other.
at it?
Nonsense. She said she'd be in the girls' locker room.
Great.
That's not
Thanks.
leading her there for some nefarious reason at all.
Buffy, get out!
Okay, so he tried to stop it. He tried to save her, so he's not completely gone either. Ooh, smoking.
All I want is your love.
No,
That's what he said to
this isn't
the
right.
people
None
in
of
the
it is.
past. He wants their love. Suicide note. So Dave has problems doing what Moloch wants, but I don't think the other guy, I can't remember his name, does.
You guys are saying that Moloch is in this computer.
And in every computer connected to it by a modem.
They had modems back then, though, literally the old slow type. So Moloch's probably getting quite annoyed, just waiting for the phone line to connect and transfer, and because it ain't gonna be quick. Which means the other kid killed him.
Then get Miss Calendar. Maybe she can help you.
Well, even if she could, how am I going to convince her that there's a demon on the internet?
Okay, fine. Then you can stay here and come up with a better plan.
Like a computer virus.
You have mail.
It was AOL that used to have that. It'd say you have mail when an email came in. God, if I did it now, my computer would just be going, you have mail, you have mail, you have mail. So what's going to happen to that kid at the end? Is he going to die, or is he going to be released knowing that he's killed someone and drugged someone?
Killer profiles have been mysteriously downloaded from its
I got your message. What's so urgent?
I need you to believe something that, you may not want to. There's a demon in the internet.
I know.
How exactly is that?
Come on, there have been portents for days. I mean, power
Portents?
surges, online shutdowns. You should see the bones I've been casting.
You don't seem
You
exactly
watch it?
surprised. But are you a witch?
I don't have that kind of power. Techno-pagan is the term.
I can't tell you how good it is to see you. With my own two eyes.
Oh. So he's downloaded himself into a robot or robotic suit? That's quite cool the way he's made himself look like he used to look with the horns.
To be able to walk, to touch,
Okay.
to kill.
He kind of had to die. I couldn't think of a scenario really where you would live. You really don't want to be a student or teacher in Sunnydale, do you?
Couldn't you just stop Moloch by entering some computer virus?
You've seen way too many movies. Okay.
Of course, my mind as well, to be honest.
You read, I type.
Ah. Yeah.
Ow! Guy's made of metal.
They're going to transfer into a floppy disk.
He's not in the book.
Where is he?
Okay, so before he was in that suit, but he was still connected to everything, whereas now it looks like he's bound to that suit. So if they could destroy him, that's it. Ooh. That's gonna hurt. Metal like that, being hit.
Remember me, your girlfriend? I think it's time we break up, but maybe we can still be friends.
See other demons.
Take your best shot.
Okay.
I just wanted to return this. I found it among the new books, and naturally I thought of you.
Thanks.
There is a spark there, isn't there?
Honestly, what is it about them that bothers you so much?
The smell.
Computers don't smell, Rupert.
That's the
I
problem.
know. Smell is the most powerful trigger to the memory there is. A certain flower or a whiff of smoke can bring up experiences long forgotten. Books smell musty and rich.
They do.
Well,
It depends on the books.
you really are an old-fashioned boy, aren't you?
Well, I don't dangle a corkscrew from my ear.
That's not where I dangle it.
Might want to wash your hands after touching it then.
Yeah, it's life on the Hellmouth.
Let's face it, none of us are ever going to have a happy, normal relationship.
We're doomed.
Yeah.
Great way to end it. I know exactly what Giles means. I'm quite a Sherlock Holmes fan, and I've got a fair few now of the original Strand magazines and the original Strand books that Sherlock Holmes was published in. So over 140 years, some of them, years old, and they do have that smell, and it is part of the mystique of the book. You know, that's part of it, the experience of the book. It's quite cool, I think, anyway, to read the original stories as they were published that long ago, have it in your hand, the smell of the book, everything. It makes it all part of the experience. Not sure it'll be quite the same for a Harry Potter book, but certainly for older books, I get what he means. I actually really like that episode. It seems a bit ahead of its time, story-wise. I said at the beginning, I think in the middle as well, Ghost in the Machine. So having something that was transferred into the computer and took control, that's it was a really good story. I'm still a bit confused over, was Willow being not controlled, but was she being influenced by him, or was it just that she thought he was a boy and it was just her feelings for him that made her late and stuff? I'm assuming, actually, thinking about it, she probably was being influenced, like Dave and like the other kid whose name I can't remember. But Dave and Willow were strong-willed enough to resist, whereas the other kid wasn't. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So I'm assuming the demon, Moloch, needed people to love it. That's what gave it its power. But it's all well and good them saying they love it. Did they actually love the demon? I suppose that's what he was trying to do with Willow. He was trying to make her love him. So, yeah, he must have needed love. See, even demons need love. Everyone needs it. So that's what he was trying to do. But I actually thought the costume was quite cool. It was very 90s, but I thought it looked alright. So I quite liked the way it was. It had the horns and everything to to look like the original demon. I thought it was quite cool. Yeah, I love the end scene where they're joking about their failed relationships, and we're never gonna have love ever again, which is kind of what I was saying in past episodes, where that sort of things happened. That it is gonna be hard for them to have a relationship the way things are there. I that realization at the end is true, unfortunately. So, yeah, a nice way to end. So, yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments below, and see you for the next episode. Be seeing you.